Happy, healthy, glad to be here.
That's how you feel this morning, huh?
Yeah, happy, healthy, glad to be here.
Nice.
I am James Lantine. It is March 4th at 11:04 a.m.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Just thought I would mention that.
You put a timestamp down and everything, right? Okay. All right. Well, it's good. We always should promote the date that we're doing this.
Yeah,
too.
that's
so,
right.
Yeah.
So,
what episode is this?
This is episode number 140.
It's 140.
140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're 10 away from 150.
We got to think about who's our guest for 150.
I think we got to get the mayor on for 150.
Yeah, we can get somebody, mayor, city manager, deputy city manager. We can get somebody. I'd love to have somebody from the city to kind of give an update of what's going on, because there's a ton of stuff happening in the city right now.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff coming.
So we will get into that right after this.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
There's so much going on in your community that even in this age of information, it's tough to keep up. This show will help. It's all about what's new, what's happening, and what's out there. So if you're ready, sit back and listen up, Santa Paula.
All right, we are back.
Yeah.
And
it's a rainy day today.
It is a rainy day today.
We need the rain, but it's just, cold though too. So you see I have my jacket on today.
There you go.
So it's cold in here.
It always is. It's always cold in here because I don't have heat.
Ah, okay.
So we only have air conditioning because it's Santa Paula.
Can we do a little bonfire?
We could.
Oh, you have a portable heater we could use?
I do have that.
That would actually be good.
Yeah.
So
but it's like a big space. So
yeah,
it would
just need it right here.
Yeah, heat you up.
Exactly.
So
so what's going on?
Got a few things going on. Excuse me. We just finished a video segment for the bike trails.
Yeah.
They're going to be having a bike trail expansion project, which I guess there's going to be a couple of different options as to how they connect the trails and to where they're going to connect them. They received some grant money in order to expand it by, I believe, about 2 miles.
Yeah, because the bike trail we currently have that runs from Peck all the way to 12th Street along the railroad tracks. I think at that point, that's where it's going to expand and should connect. I'm pretty sure it connects to Harvest.
Yeah, they're also talking about expanding it to some of the schools and to some of the other areas of town so that they can easily access the downtown area.
Yeah. I sat in on one meeting and it was really good about what the plans are. And it's going to council, right, for final approval, or they already approved that?
I think it's they're still getting feedback on what where they're gonna expand.
Yeah,
and then it'll go to council.
Yeah, there's a couple options I think I could see them doing. So,
but there is going to be another session coming up where you can voice your opinion. Mm-hmm. And to learn more about it, you can go to the city website. I believe they have a video on it called, will also be on social media, which is the Bike Trail Expansion Project. And we have a city council meeting tonight.
Yep.
And I will be broadcasting that live on Channel 10 as well.
And if you don't have Channel 10, where do they get it?
You can go to the city website and you can click on the agendas tab and click on agendas and meetings, and there is a link that allows you to play back all the videos.
Yeah.
So you can actually access it right from the website.
And that's important because a lot of people don't have basic cable.
No.
So they watch it through YouTube or whatever. So it's that's how I do it. I watch it through YouTube and stuff. So
if you want to watch it live,
you
can actually go there and click on the Channel 10 live link. Even though it's saying Channel 10, it will broadcast it through the browser. So you can watch it live by going to the city website.
Okay. Yeah. I'll click on the city website and pull it up and stuff too when I need to.
Yeah.
So, and all the agendas are there and everything too.
Yep.
So,
and they have their new website. So there's some different navigations going on. We have a new video coming up that will kind of explain where you can get the information within the meetings and agendas.
Yeah.
So I just submitted that for approval.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. And we have this Friday, we have our up and coming improv show.
So
and then
advertising
next
for it.
Friday we have our Spellbound show.
That's the one I was looking at. Spellbound. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on Saturday,
Mhm.
we're on the 15th, we are going to have a hypnotist
Oh, you're busy.
performing here.
Nice.
This will be the first time we ever did a hypnotist, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wow. So next week's podcast, or after that week, our podcast could actually be pretty good if they hypnotize you.
Oh,
They
okay.
can hypnotize you
To do a better podcast?
just to be a better person.
To be a better person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or somebody, I don't know.
okay. So,
Is your wife could actually set some parameters for him.
yeah, my it's funny because I studied hypnosis when I was in my early 20s, and Julie was my assistant, and at the time she didn't want anything to do with me. It was like, I kept asking her to go on a date, she'd say no. And then all of a sudden after 3 months she's saying yes, and she's like madly in love with me, and she's going to marry me and all this kind of
Was
stuff.
she hypnotized?
Her parents are convinced that I did some sort of hypnosis on her
So there's got to be a trigger word to get her to go back to normal.
to wake up.
Wake up.
After
So,
34 years
yeah.
of a deep trance.
I see her and she's sitting there and I say something, and all of a sudden she's just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
You know,
what who's this creep in my bed?
what is the movie? I always think about that. Shallow Hal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where,
yeah, yeah.
what was it? Who's the guy that hypnotizes him?
Oh, he's that famous speaker or whatever.
Robbins, right?
Yeah, Robbins. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and there's that one.
So
Flip
that
'em back,
trigger,
the
yeah.
trigger word. So yeah.
So Julie's going to see me for what I am, which is a nice guy.
I was gonna say, well, what are you?
So
You know?
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got that going on, and we are still fully engaged in the Harmony Project. We will hopefully hear within a couple of days as to whether or not they approve the LOI.
Okay.
Which at that point, that will give us about 3 months to go into the building and do inspections and make sure it's set up for seismics upgrades and all that good
For
stuff.
people that haven't watched or understand what that is, what building are we talking about? What organization?
So the Harmony Project is basically we're trying to acquire the Mason or the Masonic Temple building, which has been vacant for a number of years. And the idea behind the Harmony Project is that we want to work with other nonprofit agencies and to kind of create an art hub. So within that, we will have music lessons, dance lessons, martial arts, pretty much every aspect of art, but we will also cooperate with other art venues throughout the city to help strengthen their programs and to maybe even help expand some of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is the Harmony part of it.
Mhm.
So our goal is to acquire that building to build about 150 seat stadium seating theater. There'll be a hall, a commercial kitchen, several breakout rooms, so we can do conferences, we could do host business meetings and different things like that, and have a new small event venue.
And it complements the theater center right across the street.
Yep.
It's at the beginning of beginning of downtown, kind of the lead into downtown on the west end.
Yep.
It actually will bring a lot of awareness, with all the stuff you do, but it brings a lot of people into the community.
And that's what I'm hoping is
Yeah.
that we'll garnish tourism. We'll be able to bring more people into the city, and to get more people engaged in the city.
Yeah, and that's kind of our goal this year, I think, as a community, or at least with the chamber, and I think the city's kind of leaning towards that too, about bringing more marketing our community better and how we get more people in. But we need to know what we have, and putting that in there would be a great addition to our marketing approach.
Yes.
And you do work with marketing, and that we use the theater center, the museums, all that stuff. So adding that project would be a great hub and draw for our community.
Right. And I've already talked with the Santa Paula Theater Center, Jesse May Stevenson, and we talked about how, they have some youth programs, but it's about theater,
Yeah.
whereas we're about musical theater. and they have programs that they can't always house because they have things going on the main stage. So they could use our facility to help expand on those things.
The only form of musical theater we see here in our community is from the high school, our students out there.
Yeah.
So they use the main theater there, but it'd be good to even have some of them come and be able to hone their craft and do some smaller performances.
And this would also be, it allows younger kids like 8 years old and up to participate.
Which I don't even know if we have anything like that in our community. It's more catered towards the high school students, I think, right now.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know if the elementary schools have that. I mean, I know they do some things, but I don't know if they have an actual production where they can do things on.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's funny because you notice a difference between when you have young kids that are involved in a production versus teenagers. When it's young kids, grandparents, aunts, uncles,
They all
parents,
come out. Yep.
friends, neighbors are all there. When it's high school, you might see mom.
Mom or dad. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, no, I'm already gearing up for my grandkids when they start doing all that. I'll be at all the functions if I could,
Yep.
But that's what grandparents do, though.
It is.
Yeah, you know that as a grandparent.
I know.
You want to be at everything, So,
Well,
good.
Julie does.
One of you has to. Somebody's got to work, right? There you go. So,
Julie's a great grandma. She's the type of grandma that gets on the floor with the grandkids and gets down to their level. And
you know what the next question is? So, what kind of grandpa are you?
I'm the one who says, "Here, come sit down on my lap and change the channel on the TV for me."
Oh, remote control, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I used to
Old
as a kid.
school.
Old school. Yeah, exactly. So,
So anyways, we'll hopefully by next session we'll have an update on the Harmony Project.
so how can
once
people
we
get involved?
So people can go to the website, thomagic.org. There is a link there called the Harmony Project right at the top of the homepage. You can click on that and you can learn all about it. The project itself is going to cost about $2.5 million. And so we already have some donors and some, we're doing some sessions with some donors that know influential people where it's basically, come on in, bring your checkbook. And so we'll be blunt about it.
Oh, well, good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we got something new coming up in the city.
Yeah. So it's a chamber. So
yeah, it's the chamber,
Okay.
but it's within Santa.
within the Santa Paula.
Well, actually, is it just Santa Paula or
no,
is it
it's
the whole valley?
Santa Clara River Valley. So we have a new program that we started this year. It's called the Best of Santa Clara River Valley. It's you nominate a business in various categories. We have 60 categories from, best dinner, best lunch, best outdoor activities, best specialty shops and different things like that. Just numerous different categories. And we're focusing on our Santa Clara River Valley business area, our communities, I should say. So it includes Fillmore, Santa Paula, and Piru. So right now if you're a chamber member, you're automatically included in this program, but people that aren't chamber members can nominate themselves also, or somebody can nominate them. So we're currently doing the nominating period. It was started last week, and it runs all the way through April 7th to nominate a business. We have outdoor activities. You can name a park, what's best outdoor activity, kind of thing too. So it's not necessarily a business per se, but you can do within the categories. Every business that's there can go up to 5 categories. And so voting actually starts next Tuesday, the 11th.
Okay.
And so that voting goes till April 15th. The week before the final deadline, everything goes dark. Nobody can see what the results are. So people, so it kind of like it's a mystery. So, what's going on? Maybe there's some people that are neck and neck and stuff. But the point of all this is to
So they can still vote, but they're not going to see the vote
the
count.
final results, the results that
Okay.
last week. So that's
Interesting.
yeah, because if you see somebody's, I should say if it's neck and neck, it's like, so how do you support it?
Somebody goes out to try to stuff it
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Or
And the goal is to go in and support the businesses. All the participants will have a tabletop or a poster. You can scan the QR code, nominate a business. But the goal is to get them in there to support.
Yeah.
We have so many great businesses throughout the valley. And it's just to drive up some business right now. Right now it's kind of a slow time of year, and so we wanted to do something to help our businesses and our organizations. We have a lot of nonprofit organizations that are involved. It's the best nonprofit. So you got to start stepping up too and start talking to people too. But
I'll get all our improv people and
there you go. But we're really encouraging people to go into the businesses, support them, show them that you are supporting them, let them know that you're going to support them in the various categories. The businesses will all have stuff, like I said there. And then what's going to happen is that after the April 15th, we're looking at doing a ceremony for that to honor, to announce our winners. And we're looking at doing that during our Chamber Awards, which will be sometime in May. So about a month later, we'll announce everybody, and then we'll have them at an award ceremony.
So is it only one winner for every category?
One winner per category.
Okay.
So we only have 60 categories this year. There's other areas that do up to 100 categories. Very similar to what you see in the VC Reporter when they do their annual award nominations, but they do that in the fall. But we wanted to just focus on businesses within the Valley here. To qualify, you have to be a business in the Valley or a chamber member. So if you're not in the city and you want to participate, you join the chamber and become a chamber member. And then you're doing business. And, we have some organizations that are outside of the Santa Paula, but they do business in here, but they are chamber members. So, so what you can do is go to bestofscrv.com, and it's got or scan the QR code, and it'll pull it all up. You'll see all the categories. You can currently nominate a business right now in various categories. Some business are already there, and you see something, it's like, oh, they should be part of this category, and you can actually nominate them for that category.
So where would the escape rooms fit in?
Escape rooms could be a family activity. It could be
So there is a family activity category?
Family category. There's also a children's
I saw the children's one. I did not see the family one.
There's a family outdoor. There's an outdoor activity. Like even when you have the magic shop, here's a specialty shop too.
Right.
So there's several categories. I mean, you look through it, you can see what's in it. It's hard because when we started doing this and looking at it, and now that we're up and running on this, it's like, well, this business doesn't really fit that category that we had anticipated it. So we've had to make a few tweaks. Yesterday, we did a few tweaks, and we're still going to kind of tweak it a little bit. But it'll be ready to roll by next Tuesday for voting. And we just hope that we can get, between the whole Valley, we got 50 to 60,000 people in here. I'd love to get 50 or 60,000 votes.
Yeah, okay.
But it helps get people engaged and bring awareness to our businesses, and not just Santa Paula, except Fillmore, Piru, and everything. And we're doing some outreach to Fillmore and Piru also. And we had some nominations yesterday from the businesses, some businesses out there too. So
as far as voting is concerned, will it only allow one voting per email address or per IP address? I mean, how are you going to protect against somebody just going in and saying vote, 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 vote?
Well, what will happen is that you have to register, and you have a limit as far as what you can vote on. You can't vote on the same category for the same business 50 times. You only get one vote per category tied to your email address. You can vote for several other categories, but you can't actually go and, so you can't go in there and vote for the magic shop, 20 times.
Right. Okay.
Unless you have 20 different emails. But then you have to register each time.
Right.
So,
and will you look for stuff like that just to ensure that the voting is fair? Or
I get alerted on everything that comes in, and some of my marketing team also. Thank you. Oh, we got a delivery. Okay, there you go. So, but no, I get notified.
We'll pause for this brief commercial.
There you go. But I get notified on everything that comes in, and a couple of my marketing team also does that. So I approve everything that comes through, and just to make sure everything's correct, names are correct. Sometimes as we're doing the nominating period, sometimes we need to add an address for the business because it's not listed. So there's a little bit of work I have to do this week. But when the voting comes out, we'll review it almost on a daily basis just to make sure everything's okay. And we have our support system that's running the back end of it for us. And he also looks at everything, and he'll email me if there's something that's looks a little different, and we can go through and review it. So we try and put as many back end stuff so people don't go and we want to make it fair. We don't want them to
Right.
go and do that.
Yeah.
You know, but the go visit the business. You see what they have. I mean, if you're going to nominate the Magic Shop or vote for the Magic Shop, and you've never been here,
Right.
come in, check it out. You know, and then decide whether you want to vote or not. And then it's up to you as a business owner to explain what you have, to talk about your business, and encourage them to vote for you. And once they buy something too. You know, you hope they buy something,
Right.
but you don't. There's no purchase necessary for any of this stuff. This is a totally free event, free program.
Right.
So, but we want to get people engaged. So, you know, they may vote for a museum, and they're like, "Well, I've never been to the museum. Let's go check it out." You know, so you never know.
It was we belong to the Best of Ventura, is it county or something like that?
The VC Reporter puts that out every year.
No, there's one that's outside of them.
Oh, is there? Okay.
And I swear they just give out awards for the sake so that you buy the plaque.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, congratulations, you just became best art center in Ventura. And I'm like, well, we're not in Ventura anymore.
Yeah.
And congratulations, you have the best escape room in Ventura. And it's like, okay, so doesn't the escape room that's in Ventura.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, we wanted to make it a little more inclusive, whatever the word I'm using, for just our valley. Because a lot of times we don't get a lot of the recognition, you know. Yeah. And so it's like, well, let's give something for our businesses and our community here.
Well, and plus it's one per category, whereas with them it's, you know, anyone who's going to spend $80 on a plaque.
Yeah.
So what do they get with this if they win?
We'll provide them a certificate to show that they can hang on their wall or within their business. And we're looking at doing a couple other things, you know, maybe a window sticker that says, hey, they were voted the best happy hour or something, you know, and they can help promote it through their social media stuff. And, you know, a lot of the businesses that are participating, they're pushing it through their social media channels as well. They're like, hey, vote for us for best margarita, you know, type thing. So we're encouraging businesses to help promote themselves too, using their social media networks. So, but yeah, we'll have on the ceremony, we're still working out some details on all that as far as the ceremony and stuff. So, but we are looking at tying it in with our awards, our annual awards program. So we're trying it. We're hoping we get a lot of engagement. I'm not kidding. Our launch yesterday, I mean, I probably had about 40 plus people engage and nominate. So, which was great. We didn't expect that much, but it was cool. And I haven't really looked at it this morning yet. So once the podcast's over, I'm gonna go sit down and I'm gonna kind of go through it and make sure we get everybody up and loaded, which is great because there was a lot of businesses that are not chamber members that are here in our town and in Fillmore. All of a sudden they're involved. So, you know, we're gonna have a conversation. The goal is to help you, for us too, is hopefully we get some to become a chamber member too.
Right.
So, and get them more engaged in the community. So this is a something new, and I think we're going to get good engagement and just get people active and involved.
Nice.
You know, but support your businesses. Go to these businesses. That's what we're asking. So yeah, so that's our main thing that we're focusing on over the next month, and then amongst a few other things we're doing
Cool.
a mixer.
Yeah. So what else is going on?
We're doing a mixer on Thursday, March 20th. It's at Round Table Pizza at the Vaughn Shopping
Looking
Center.
forward to that one.
Yeah, they got they remodeled their business there inside. They got a new hot bar where they have hot pizzas and all that stuff for their lunch menu. They have a salad bar still, so we're gonna.
That's great because you can go in, you can get what you need, eat, and you know you're not waiting for a pizza to cook for 20 minutes or whatever it might
It's a
be.
quick lunch. You come in and out.
That's awesome.
But they've done some great stuff there. So we're gonna feature them. It's at 5:30 to 7. And that's so yeah, come support them as well. I mean, a lot of people do takeout with them, but it's like stop in and see, you know, what they have. So it's really cool. That same day, there's a new. I should have started with that one. Let me pull it up. So I don't want to print paper. There's a Harvard Boulevard Business Community Feedback Program, similar to our business roundtables, but we're focusing on the Harvard area. You know, now that we repaved the
That's
road.
good because I think sometimes they feel like they get ignored.
Well, for almost 2 years, because of the road condition and the repairs, you know, it did hurt their businesses a little
Right.
bit. So what we're going to do is, now that the city's finished the road last year, we're going to pull everybody together and tell us what we can do to help between the chamber, between the city, learn about what their challenges are. Maybe they have some great ideas on how to help promote and market, but we really haven't put a lot of focus on the Harvard area over the years. So it gives everybody a good opportunity to do that. And it's at Flight 126 on March 20th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 at the airport. So we encourage people in the Harvard area, or even if you're just curious about what's going on, please stop by. It's a free event. So
Cool.
1 week later after that, on Thursday, the 28th, we have our bi-monthly business roundtable. And that's for
So it's already been
I know,
2
2 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that's at the Glen Tavern, right on Mill Street, 134 Mill Street. That's on Thursday, the 28th. It's from 9 to 10:30. And in January, we did an exercise where we asked for feedback from all the people that participated in various areas. You were there. Unfortunately, I was out sick. So, but they got some great feedback, and we're going to actually provide some results of what the feedback was, and then talk to everybody there and say, okay, here's what we come up with. So give us some more feedback. What do you think we should do because of this and because of that, you know? So some of the questions we asked. So it gives them an insight. You know, we wanted them to get to participate because they know their business is better than we all do. And then, but we're learning from it, and we're going to kind of work with them and grow as we, you know. So it's always good to get feedback from the actual people that are the boots on the ground doing their thing, you know.
Right.
So because sometimes we lose sight of some of the challenges they have, you know, on various scales. So that's going to be good. And that's a free event as well. So yeah, that's what we have scheduled so far.
Okay.
There's, you know, I know the city's got their strategic planning coming up, and that's at the end of the month for the 2-year budget that the council's doing. So if you go to the city's website, spcity.com, there's
spcity.org.
org, sorry, spcity.org. Thank you. It's been a long day. So, if you go on there and you look at their calendar, it's already got it listed as far as the planning sessions. I think they're doing one at Flight 126. There's one at the council meeting on that Wednesday too. They're going to talk about it that first Wednesday in April. And then there's another session as well too.
So people actually get to participate in the budget sessions.
It's not necessarily as much budget, but they're discussing their goals and what needs to go on in the city. So they give the public opportunity to come in, tell them what's going on,
What
and
their priorities
are, and then they can kind of put it together. And when they set up their strategic goals, they want to make sure it's aligned with kind of what some public feedback as well.
Right.
But it explains it all on the city website. So I'm sure I can't explain it as well as the city can, but just visit the city website and see the dates and just come in and participate. There's an all-day session on the 28th, I think it is, the last day of the month. So my calendar is
An
off.
all-day session?
It's not they're there all day, I think, or most
Okay.
of the day, and you can come in and out, I think, too.
Nice.
So, but yeah. See, I should have printed everything, but I don't want to waste paper. That's kind of my thing right now.
There you go.
So, let me pull it up here. So,
Okay, while you're doing that, to find out things that are going on within the valley, you can go to heritagevalleyca.org.
Yes.
To learn more about what's happening with us, you can go to thomagic.org. And as always, if you're a local business or anyone else who would like to come on the show, send us an email at info@thomagic.org. Plus, when we're out throughout the community, we talk to other businesses and we invite them on. But we'd love to get some more businesses to highlight.
Mhm.
We just did a highlight video for
Yes.
Flight 126.
Okay.
And so that'll be released pretty soon. But we're going to be doing a lot more of those throughout the year.
Yeah, they're more of a business spotlight.
Yeah.
And a 1 to 2 minute spotlight to highlight our businesses. That's kind of some of the goal this year too, is to do member spotlights, and so, and we're looking at maybe 1 or 2 a month that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Maybe more. It just depends on how things go. But,
Well, we have one of the city, what do you call them? Mirka,
our management fellow.
management fellow. So she's been helping coordinate a lot of these and everything. So that's been a huge help.
Yeah. And we're doing some current videos on historic buildings.
Yep.
So that's another thing we're working on right now. We have 10 historic buildings we're working on. We are looking at possibly in the next month or two to have finally a name for the mural at the community center. So
Ooh.
we're working on that right now. Our Arte Cultura Collective group, our arts council, excuse me, is actually working on naming the mural. They went, so it's public outreach.
Did my
and,
name get put in there?
I don't know.
Spirit of Santa Paula? No, not Spirit of Santa Paula. What did I say?
I have it written down. So,
Okay.
but we're meeting tomorrow. We're going to discuss it and see where we are with it. And we hopefully will have a name narrowed down by the end of the month. And there'll be an announcement soon on it. So,
Cool.
yeah. Oh my God, got a cough
It
there.
came back.
Yeah, no, I just maybe need some water. But anyway, so there's
All right.
a lot of exciting stuff going on in our committee. And, go to santapaulachamber.com. I know you gave the websites. And if anybody has any concerns or questions, they can always email me at info@santapaulachamber.com. It goes right to me. I can answer the emails and yeah. So there's always a way to get a hold of all of us.
All right. So with that, thanks for listening. We will see you all next week. Hopefully we'll have some updates on the Harmony Project, and hopefully we'll have some good news. And we, I said "and" way too many times.
Yeah. Got to work on that.
It's a buzzword. Okay. I will work on that for next week.
Yes. Continue to support local businesses.
Yeah, support
Do it.
local. Anyway, thanks for listening. We will see you all next week. Stay dry, stay safe, and as always, stay informed.